Just little bitty things. I wanted to piddle with it. It won't be perfect, and I figure if I still have time, then I'll go ahead and start in on the one I wanted to do of her hands. I can start in on it. There's a glare on here. Right now, you can go watch a video of David Kaysen, and I hate for you to leave. I'm not trying to get rid of you, but he's got a really good video of him working on his iPad and doing a drawing of Santa. I don't know for sure when he put it up, if it was today or yesterday, but he's one that and see this right here looks too light. You've got this and this, and I could only see that after the black had dried. So let me try and fix that. And I'm not associated with David Kaysen in any way. He didn't know me from Adam. He did a series of work of Holocaust survivors several years ago that just amazed me. The original does look like the same. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I just wanted to touch this up a little bit to where I was happy with it, or happier with it. And it is just a study. It's not supposed to be a finished piece, so I need to remind myself of that. I really like this eye, but this eye is pale in comparison. I need something. I mean, I could leave it like it is, like I said, but I tend to get seasonal depression, holidays, you know, and if I stay busy, it keeps me one step ahead of it, so. Oh, my battery's going dead on my camera. I need to plug it in is all. There we go. Now we won't run out of juice. This new MacBook that I'm using as my early Christmas present. Your study is better than my computer. You never know. Never know until you try. I won't be able to flip the page and do the hands in this notebook like I want to, by keeping them all in here. But I have another page. I have another paper that's already gessoed that I can use for to do it separately. This in here is a lot lighter. Again, I've got that, it made that line right there. And watching David Kayson's video, just, yeah, it gave me the itch to get to working on something. I guess he's working on one now of the Navajo, or a series of the Navajo what is that? What was it? Code breakers. So that's kind of cool. I haven't seen any of them. I'd be kind of anxious to see it. Be cool. Oops, that's too wide. But I thought if anybody was around today, this might help get me out of my funk, and hopefully help somebody else too. I need to be doing more lives just in general. Or that's my goal anyway. If I can get the studio set up the way I need it to be, I can have it on the easel instead of just flat. Yeah, it really helps me. Art definitely helps. And I have this really nice high detailed resolution image of her. Oh man, I wish I had her hands in it. Maybe I need to do some searching, because this is the entire image of the really high resolution one. Yeah, it's been dark and gloomy, and just I mean, I'm not ashamed to say that I have depression anyway. And you throw in the holidays. And just life. So it's good I have this. Thank you, Northern. I appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't been coming on. I do a Monday afternoon Master Monday, and I've been doing it the last few weeks, but I haven't been doing beyond that. And we'll hopefully remedy that, and you'll have some more videos to watch too. This is little bitty. Is that too much? Maybe that's too much. Nope. The upper lip might be the light. And see, this is when I think it gets when I can get too anal about it, because I can get in there and just every little bitty, and that's not the goal of me doing the master studies. For myself, anyway. You might hear my heater in the background too. I hope it isn't too much of a distraction. I'm going to be doing more than just Monday afternoons though too. I do other streams. I do a stream for an organization of writers, and I do writing sprints. I use the time usually to do admin work, or if I'm working on a writing project. For right now, but I'm off. I took off from those until the first of the year. So the next week or so, I'm going to just come and go with these as much as I can. That's two. And watching me do this part, to me, I think would be really boring, because it's just such little stuff that I don't even know how much the camera really and I took care of that. This right here, it looks like it's, yeah, so maybe it needs, I wish I had fairies that would come in and just clean my studio for me. Tried to convince my husband, but for some reason he just hasn't done it either. And it's not terrible. I make it sound like it's awful, but it's, I can find what I need. I think I need to leave that alone. And that one spot needs a little, this right here, maybe needs a little darker. But I don't want to spend a lot of time just touching up on this. That looks better, I think, than when I came in. The eyes are more, eyes both have a little more depth. Maybe that needs a little more. I need to quit. I need to quit messing with this one. What I'm wanting to do next is, well, I see something else too. See, this drives me crazy. This is why I admire David Casson's work, because he can do these little details and just, it doesn't look like it drives him crazy. I'm just giving that some texture along that line so it looks softer. So what are you all working on today? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna leave that as it is. And I've got this other paper. I don't know that me picking at this one is gonna make a big difference. Somebody tell me to quit working on it. Just leave it alone. It's just a study. It doesn't have to be right. What do you use to do your digital painting? Are you using Procreate, or are you using something, something else? I'm just setting this over here so that it's out of the way and getting this over here. She has very interesting hands, so are you all off your day jobs today, or school? I'm just trying to get that kind of squared up so it's, and again, my desk is a mess. There we go. I use a pen tablet, X Pen, and Krita. I'm not familiar with that. My day job is creating games. Oh, that's cool. I have a nephew that would love that. That jingle was Poncho in the background. He's making himself at home. Oops, wrong one. I have this, where is it? Where'd you go? There it is. See, this is what it, I might do, I think I'll do her left hand. See, that's, the resolution's just not there. Do you mind if I go look for a better one on Google? Rembrandt, Old Woman Reading. There we go. Images, search tools, size large. Okay. I'd like to have a really high detailed one. I'm not seeing it. It looks like he has several of this same title, just FYI. Ooh, looks like this is a common one to do a study of. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I wonder what that one is. Well, it might be the one that I'm not going to spend very long doing this. I think I'm good enough with the one that I've got. I don't want to waste your time or time I could be painting. Well, there's another Rembrandt I'd love to do. Let's do a study of her hand. It's not going to be I'm just taking a moment to look at this space and see if I can fit them both on there. Probably not to the size I want. I think I'm just going to use that. It's very pixelated, but it's a study, right? We can do what we can do and learn from it. Yep. I wear gloves because I use a lot of paints that are older. I get handed down paints, which means sometimes I don't know the paint that I'm reaching for has cadmium in it or lead. Or whatever chemical that is no longer legal to have in your paints. So just to be on the safe side and to keep it from causing any issues. I'm retired. Have been. Wow, that's awesome. I am semi-retired. I used to work at a library. Loved it. Most of it. Why is it not doing that? There we go. And I quit. Had the opportunity to quit about how long has it been? 5 years ago. It was in 2019, right before the pandemic. It was in May, so I had I think I'm going to go ahead and try and do both of these, but they're not going to be situated in the composition as they are in the study or in the original. So what do you do now that you're retired? What do you do to stay busy? I'm just getting some burnt umber and kind of watering it down with mineral spirits and fanning it out. And then I'm going to just draw it out with these aren't too difficult, so it shouldn't be. It would be great if I could listen to music right now. I need to get my headphones out so I can listen and not get copyright strikes. We don't like those. I want to build this channel up this year, being 2025, build it up so that I hopefully can monetize it. I've got enough followers, I just don't have enough watch hours, which is one reason that I'm doing lives. And it's starting to go up, so. Normally I would be doing sprints this afternoon for the writing group, but I'm taking some time off. Just sit around the house pretty much. I used to do oil painting, but that was over 10 years ago. Thinking of starting up painting is watching. It's contagious was the word I was trying to think of. Because I was watching David Kaysen, and that's what got me started today. I was just going to be sad and feel sorry for myself. And not do anything all day. I'm sure you all know what that's like. Just kind of bummy. Doom scroll on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, what do y'all think about the drones? Is anybody... They haven't been talking about it much anymore, like they were a couple of weeks ago, but I find all that kind of stuff interesting. That and spooky stories. I like the people on TikTok that tell ghost stories. I grew up in a really old house that my parents redid. And supposedly the people that moved in after us Yeah. Makes you wonder why they're not saying that, though. Why they're... What's the deal? I think we'll find out eventually. I just... When? But anyway, the people that moved in after us said that they heard strange things and saw a small child and were seeing ghosts, hearing things. We never heard anything. I don't know how much of that I believe, but it's fun. To me, anyway. In the library I worked in was an old train depot, and there were all kinds of stories about it and the old library building that they had. It's pretty weird stuff. I thought about writing them up. I never did. I think it would be fun. We had ghost hunters and things and them come to the building. It was just all kind of, it was, yeah. I guess the old building was a Carnegie building, and they had an old storage room that they would just put things in over the years. And in the back of the room was this old chair that was broken. We still had the chairs, the original chairs from the library that were made out of oak. And the librarian's desk, the main librarian's desk, was made by the shop kids at the high school, the local high school at the time. Anyway, this chair was in the back of it, and they came in one time, and it was sitting on the landing of the stairs, repaired, and nobody could figure out what the deal was. Nobody, yeah, it was a complete mystery on how it got there, or how it got repaired, or and times where chairs would be piled up when they would come in. And of course, sounds. You'd hear footsteps and kids moving. The upstairs used to be in the basement, or the upstairs used to be in the basement. The children's section used to be in the basement, and I think I got the fingers too long. And people would see and hear things. They had the old, oak floors. And they had in the depot, there was we only had half of it. The other half was held by this museum, an Osa and Martin museum. And chair moved from one spot to another, specifically moved it, and shortly after I was where. Oh, wow. Yeah. So what did you do? Did it completely freak you out, or were you just in shock and didn't know, and it was just like, or it was like it's another Tuesday? They had a Halloween party in the museum, and one of the employees took a photo of themselves, or had a photo taken of themselves with their friends in their costumes. And later on, when they got where this is heading, when they got the film back, there was a woman on the back stairs, and there was supposedly nobody else in the building. But you could see, I've seen the photo, and it is weird. There's a woman standing on the back stairs, and in order for her to be, you were amused, but I don't know what it Time loop, ghost, whatever. Yeah. But in order for the woman to be standing there and where her waist hit on the stair rail, she would have had to have been 7 feet tall. So it was like she was levitating. It was creepy as heck. Her hand looks really bony, and nothing against her, it's just bony. So I'm gonna go with that. And there were other things at the museum. Supposedly that they'd seen some soldiers, and I'm in Kansas, so there's a lot of like Civil War stuff. Because we were a hot state, whatever you want to call it. We were like right in between. Yeah, I've got that way too long. We will fix that. We will put that up there. That right there. That up there. Of course, I just ate all this stuff up. I was a Stephen King reader, and ghost stories. Just, yeah, anything, just give it to me. I didn't think this hand would be this difficult. Maybe I'm talking too much. I had the bathroom door open and close on me once. There were these really heavy doors that were solid. I mean, they were solid wood and had to have been 10 feet tall. They were huge. And I went into the bathroom, heard the door open, and thought, oh, well, somebody just came in and they're, taking care of business. But then I took care of my business and fairly quickly and came out, and nobody was in there but me. And then I did something. What was it? I went back into the stall, or I forget what it was. But the door opened and closed again, and when I came out, there was, it was like somebody had come into the bathroom and left, but there was nobody there. Well, this one's at a strange angle. It's this one right here. So I just need to, go with it. Anyway, it kind of freaked me out. And once I heard, we were trying to unlock a door, and we heard, myself and another employee heard music being played coming from the museum, and they had already left for the day. There was nobody there. My dad would just swear that it was just our imaginations, that it was nothing. But it still was freaky. It was freaky to me. Oops, I got that too far. Because this, according to the knuckle, should be up here. And that should not be as... Okay. There were a whole lot of ghost stories from the museum, and I can't remember them all now. I have them written down somewhere. Because I wanted to remember them. Oh, there was a photo of the person that was... You have a something? What kind of something? What was I getting ready to say? I don't even remember. ADD, I'm telling you. For real. Oh, there was a photo of the woman that the museum was named after. Her and her husband had done all these like adventures in far off countries and had done all these trips, and they'd recorded them, they'd videoed them. They're back before this was like a normal thing. And anyway, the picture kept getting knocked over in the display case, and they couldn't figure out why. And each employee thought the other one was doing it, and then when they realized that they weren't, it became a thing. But it was on the back of the photo was written, "Do not display," and they think it was because she was getting older in the photo, and so her upper arm, you know how our upper arm kind of sags when we get older, you could see that. and they think that she didn't want that photo displayed. So they had a lot of strange things in that museum that supposedly caused issues. This is more like a drawing of a hand, isn't it? They had gone to Africa and brought back things, and the Amazon, and supposedly one of their films was what inspired or started King Kong. That's the way I remember it. Saying mama, and at one point felt someone grab my hand. Oh wow. Was that at home? Or was that... I don't know how did we get started on talking about ghosts? Oh, I mentioned TikTok and drones. This isn't going to have a lot of detail on it because my reference doesn't. love using oils. There's just something about the texture and smell and there's just nothing like walking into a studio, a painting studio. I suppose other people feel the same way about ceramic or rental. So did you tell anybody about it? Does anybody have any theories that you told it to, or, and that they think they know who it is, or? In the house that we used to live in, we wondered if the people that bought it, if they were seeing a nephew of mine that passed away, and because they had children, that's why he showed up. I know this is kind of, some people are like, what? It's I don't know, it's just interesting to think about. Call me crazy. See, now I should have room to put the other one here. This won't go in my notebook, my sketchbook with the other masters, but master studies. But I have a place on my wall, I just tack them up. I don't know. I think it's part of it's I've had a lot of death in my family the last 10 years. And it just makes you wonder. I mean, I've had a lot of people pass away. My husband says he hears Mama. Art college, yeah, I remember, yeah. I can remember walking up the stairs to the painting studio and just that, yeah, that smell. And even when I was using acrylics for a long time and switched back over to oils, it was just, this is fun. Hi, Pancho. What are you doing? I got the puppy here. I use all different brands too of oil paint. The ones I bought the most recently were 1980s Gamblin. I wanted to get some, Poncho. I wanted to get some just to kind of stock up. You know, if everything what they say about prices is going to go up, because I can have paints for a long, long time. And not worry too much about them. Whereas if I got a really good grade of like oil pastels, I'd need to use them soon. I think they recommend within 2 years. ponchos at my feet again. I don't know that there's a whole lot more I could do to this hand. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 2:53 p.m.
Let's see. I have been live an hour and 20 minutes. So what's everybody going to have for supper? What sounds good? I can't decide. I need to start thinking about it. Pizza night. That sounds good. Of course, if I said that to my husband, we'd be having Domino's. So I'd have to go pick it up. I guess we have some frozen pizzas in there. I have a new Apple Pen that's sitting on my iPad. I need to be using it more. It's new to me. It's not the latest, greatest, or anything like that. I keep seeing the reflection off the little silver band is what made me think of it. It's on the case, the case for my iPad. Ooh, fire roasted. That sounds good. I'm in a very rural area, so my options are limited. And being holiday-ish, a lot of places aren't open. In fact, the town that I live in, most things are closed on Monday. I know today's not Monday, but with Christmas, a lot of things are closed. I don't know why I'm putting that in. It just seemed like the thing to do. Poncho again. Trying to get those shadows a little better before I move on. Oh, Maine sounds lovely though. I'm landlocked. I'm in Kansas. So oh, I already said that. I already said I was in Kansas. But yeah. I'm wondering about this. The director of the museum was from the Maine area Or was it just Maine was Maine? I think Maine was just her like place to go. Do you know what I mean? She loved Maine. Yeah, but you know, I think rent and property has gone up everywhere. So you may as well live where you want to. Because I know even here, if you go 10 miles either direction from where I'm sitting at, houses are at least 20% more, or 20% less. But we'd rather live in this town. We don't own, though. We live in a family home. If that makes sense. We want to own, but with the recent changes, yeah, the prices, it's like, every place went up when things hit in 2020, and they just never went back down. Ouch. Oh, good. That's exciting. Building your own home. I bet you're enjoying the getting to pick things, and or did you say buy or build? Or building. Okay. I've even thought of buying property for now and putting like a tiny home on it. I wish I had done it years ago. I had a chance to buy, well, it was up for sale, some land that was on a lake that really just, I was so tempted, so tempted. And because it was rural, I didn't even think that there would be like an HOA, but there was. And yeah, I didn't want to deal with an HOA. Oh, that's too dark. Come here, baby. Man. Just cannot get the right. And I know I'm making marks over here, but I'll just paint over it when I start the other one. And I'll probably come back and paint on this some more. And this brush that I'm using is just a cheap Royal Langnickel. That you can pick up at Walmart. I have more expensive and nicer brushes, but I had a round one that I really liked, and the barrel fell off of it the other day. So I just went and picked up a bunch of cheapy ones to get me by. I have way too many brushes, really, but you know how it is. Can never have enough. Oh, that is cool. A whole neighborhood is helping Habitat for Humanity. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm gonna get some of these really darks in here and then start moving on to painting the other hand. Like there's some really darks right here. This is ultramarine blue and the burnt umber that I like to mix. I need to check my tracking. I have some tubes coming, some empty tubes. I think I got that pinky ring, or pinky, too long. It needs to go like I'm headed out. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me company. Now pizza sounds really good. That's better. Trying to get more fleshy, you know, that pinky Caucasian color. These are just like washes that I'm putting on there. It's not real thick. Just to give it a little color. I'm just going to keep working till and I need to get this other hand started. I'm just trying to soften the shadow edge. Look here. And I can see where I've gone off. What are you doing, Poncho? I'm mixing up like a grayish for some of the veins, a bluish gray that I can see in there. It's not really a flesh tone. Well, I guess technically it would be a flesh tone, wouldn't it? But like right here. Right at the knuckles and things, you can see it. There's like a gray, bluish gray from the veins. I need to get my other hand down before I go much further. Hey. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 3:18 p.m.
It's 3:18 my time. I'm having trouble. What, sweetie? Poncho's whining. I don't know if you can hear him. That's too yellow. I need to move away from this hand though. But it's so hard to. Just stop. That's better. Okay. I think I am going to keep thinking I'm going to move on to the next hand. But oh, I see something. Yeah, there's like a okay. I'm gonna quit messing with that hand and start working on the other. Start the same way with some burnt umber and a lot of mineral spirits. Excuse me. Just got myself some coffee and water. Now this this painting has two hands. If you're here late, it has two hands that are holding a book, but I'm not going to have them in the right vicinity for the book to be here. It's going to be the two hands, and if if I show them, if I did them by the picture, by my reference photo, that the other hand would be over here. It wouldn't be right here. So just keep that in mind when you, I'm going to paint over this one area. This one part right here. Oops. Let's go with more mineral spirits. It makes kind of just like a wash, like you would have with, say, watercolors. It's not, it's more of a stain than a thick textural paint. I almost think I'd be better off if I covered that, because my mind is going to want to put the two together. Excuse me. I've got a little bit of allergy going. When I look at the reference image, this phalange, this section of the finger, is not as dark as it appears on here. But anyway, I need to move on. I need to move on. At least start the other one. Maybe I can get it finished today too. Okay. Well, I was going to have that as the inner knuckle, but I think that needs to be the outer knuckle. Or, you know, this part. The fingers come in here. Nope, my mind's not wanting to do it like that. Anybody got big plans for the weekend? I don't think I do. Paint. I'm gonna paint. I guess that's good. That's good plans. Not necessarily big plans, but that's good plans. think it's really good to do studies like this, just to keep your eyes sharp, no matter what your style is, your personal style. To do studies of the masters. This is Rembrandt's Old Woman Reading. It's just the hand portion. I did the head in previous videos. So if that's something you want to see, the videos are available. Even though I'm doing this in like a wash type of look right now, this is not usually how I paint. I usually paint very thick. I'll start out with it this way, very thin layers, and build it up. But I don't get to the white textures, the light values like this are usually built up and have a nice texture to them. Or that's the point, that's the goal anyway. Sometimes it's more successful than others. This finger is, see right there, that one's down here. And I'm keeping it very loose for the moment. I'm making sure things are placed where they need to be first, before, say, I'm putting on fingernails or you know, the hair on the knuckle, say. It's sort of like putting windows on a house. You don't run out in the field to put the windows up. You build it up so that you have something to hang those windows on. Otherwise, there's nothing for things to have a foundation from. So it's like starting to do, for me, it's like starting to do the details of the eyes before you've got it figured out where the features on your face are going to be. And I'm seeing I got my knuckles way too small. There we go. This is fun. I'm trying to get my viewer count, my hours up. I have enough subs. Well, I can always use more subs. If you could like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. But I'm trying to get my watch hours up. So if there's something in particular that you want to see, I'm going to be doing a lot of lives in the next week or so in particular. Right before the new year. I'm taking a break from my other responsibilities and focusing on just painting. I really like how this area looks. He's holding the edge of the other edge of the book in his hands down here. I realize these two hands are not in proportion. That wasn't a goal. Her little thumb sticking up right there. Hey Google, what time is it?
3:40 p.m.
I know I just made this light, but I made it too light. I need a darker value in here. That clanking noise is Poncho underneath the table. If you heard it. He's making himself at home under there, curling up. If anybody has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you would like and subscribe, like I said, it lets Google know, or Google, it lets YouTube know that you want to see more of this type of work. And ooh, I got that way too high. It should be down here. Come on. That right there. Those brush strokes are what are just like so enjoyable to make. Having trouble getting that knuckle line. Come here, knuckle. It's right here. Then you got that right there. Then that goes up a bit. And that goes down. Okay. This has it. He's wearing she is wearing her robe. And it comes down here. And then this is like a cuff. I keep hearing Wicked in my head, the music for it. These are just a couple of studies that I'm doing as part of a Michelangelo, part of a Rembrandt that I was doing a study of, a head study. So I'm doing the hands on a separate sheet. I don't know, I just wiped that out. That's what I intended to do. That right there. Ooh, I got that this way over. I know that's not an important, really, area to worry about. Worried about the hands, but still. It's still getting things what they're in relation to. I need to get his little thumb in there. This is off. That's his knuckle, and that needs to be down here. I wouldn't get copyright strike. Well, probably wouldn't with my singing. This goes up and that goes over. This top page goes up kind of like that. If this is your first time here, usually I like to do these in a particular sketchbook, but I just finished a head study and it is still too wet for me to turn the page. So I'm using this separate piece. I know that finger needed to be wider. This bottom part goes across there. I think I should have gessoed this paper a little bit more. Put another layer on it. It's really absorbent. Too absorbent. That's okay, we'll just make it work. Loading. Do, 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 do. I could do this all day. And do nothing else. If it were possible. I think a lot of people understand that thinking. Some of these edges I got way too hard. She says she puts another hard line in there. always want to do the fat over lean. This one looks like the reference, but I think I really like this one better if I had to choose between the one or the two. It's got much more character. I think I was warmed up by the time I did it too. This is what it comes down to. This is more of just an exercise than a finished piece. But it's important to get that time in working on things. No matter if it's a huge piece. Or just a simple little study like that. Excuse me just a second. I need to blow my nose. Excuse me. I've been sitting here for a while, a couple hours. Without getting up. So I should probably take a break, but I don't want to. I'm going to try and give this a little more color too. It's looking flat. Not too saying? Poncho's snoring at my feet. That's not what I intended, but we'll fix that. Poncho heard a car door. Need to show that tension in that corner. It's just not, like I said, I was more warmed up, it seemed like, on the well, I know it was, on the second hand. So it went much smoother. That might be my husband coming home. Just FYI. Or it could be just a neighbor. He tends to get excited about things. Well, hubby never came in, so I don't think it was him. Unless he's doing something. see if I took that one out. I mean, this looks okay. This looks like what I've got on the reference, but it's not as exciting, or not as this was fun. This was, yeah. I wish I had gotten this in the sketchbook though, but that's okay. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. I want to have that sketchbook so that it's nothing but master copies. I should get some heavy paint here. Get some nice brush strokes in here, or try to. Some good darks in there. I think I added too much walnut oil. I don't know why I did that. Why I put that burnt sienna in there. It's really distracting from the books, but I guess it is what it is. Let me put a little bit of his robe in here. Maybe we can get some I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe we can get a little filling of this space, because he's got something there, got something there. She. I keep forgetting it's a she. Oops. Hey. I'm filming. I'll wrap it up. And remember, these are two separate things. So I probably need to tear it in the middle to make it clear. Okay, I'm gonna quit there. It's not 100%. Like I said, if you take them separate as they are supposed to be intended, not together, which is so easy to do since they're on the same page. Trying to get this the dark value in between here. Okay. I'm just mixing a little bit of rosy flesh tone to put in here. Where it's needed. Yeah, see, I think I got some of this. I know I got some of this too thin. With the walnut oil. I really like some of these strokes though, even in here. Let me see if I can get that back. Almost there. Poncho is probably wanting his supper. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. She says she takes another brush strokes. Okay. Like I said, you need to take each half as its own. So there's number one. And there's number two. And this is what my reference image was. Minus all the highlights of the lights. Okay. Let me get this picked up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let me take this tape off, and I will sign the bottom of it of what it is. And I see I did not get this dark enough. This whole area needs to be darker so that you can see that the hand is that's better. And that other side needs darker too, doesn't it? Need to be careful and not make it darker than the shadow area below it. There we go. Okay. Let me take the tape off. This tape's been on there a while, so I hope it doesn't peel up the paper. So far, so good. I love that part when you pull the tape off. And then each hand is separate. Let's see, Rembrandt. Old woman reading. Detail. Each hand. Oil demo. I would say what is today, but it's pretty easy. I'm getting stuff all over my hands. 12, 26, 24. Okay. So that's what we wound up with at the end of today. Again, it's two separate studies. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon.